Hi, I'm Mark Camoccio and we're here at Pete's Airgun farm, and I'm here to show you the latest version of the Benjamin Trail NP2, which is their revised model of the popular Trail gas ram pistol. This comes as a boxed set, so it's quite interesting to see how it comes. You've got a scope, a variable magnification scope that's all part of the set. Just take everything out, I'll show you what you get. So that's the centre point scope, which we'll see in a moment. And you get the mounts as well. You get Picatinny mounts with this model. And that's the main rifle there, so it all comes nicely packaged and protected, and you're ready to go. What I'll do is I'll just pop on the scope first of all. That's, as I say, it's got Picatinny mounts that are all provided, and you've got a Picatinny rail on the receiver, so we'll just snap that in. And then the bars inside the mounts locate with the rails on the rifle. You just tighten up the mounts like so. Obviously you can spend time setting this. I know roughly where it is from experience with this model, but you spend time and you'll set that eye relief correctly how you want it. Just get rid of these scope covers. And I'll just nip those mounts up a bit more. Just feel that's a bit loose. That's it, that's nice and tight and snug onto the rails there. So that's the Benjamin Trail NP2. This is their revised version, so it's got a very nice, attractive Thumbhole stock. Benjamin call it hardwood. I think it's beech that they're using on these. It's quite a nice, it's obviously a lacquered finish, but it's quite attractive woodwork nonetheless. So you've got at the rear stock, you've got quite a stylish looking rubber pad, and then you've got your Thumbhole configuration. There's no sort of provision for a thumb shelf, which is a shame, but having said that, it's a very nice slimmed down Thumbhole grip, quite target sort of drop down orientated, so that the trigger is in the right place, and everything, for me, although I have got large hands, but everything feels, it's just naturally relaxed and it's there. They've revised the triggers on these. They're calling it the CBT system, which stands for clean break trigger, and that involves a very nice sort of almost flat surface blade, which is quite comfortable in use. And as I say, the trigger on these is actually very acceptable for this sort of price bracket, which the whole kit here is coming in for around about the £350 mark, so quite a reasonable combination. Stylish sort of nylon plastic trigger guard there, so it gives it quite an angular stylish look all round. So you've got Picatinny rails, which can be a bit of overkill on an air gun, but you're definitely getting peace of mind with the way the mounts lock up as far as arresting the recoil. And then on these, moving forward, you've got built-in sling swivels. So you've got your swivel there, there's a stud at the rear, and your main sling swivel there. And then this rather attractive full-length barrel shroud, which also has a sort of expansion chambers in the last few inches, so that will take up an awful lot of the muzzle report. And on these, as I say, it's actually the NP2 in the name stands for nitro piston, and that's where they've used the this is Benjamin's take on the sort of Theobin gas ram idea. So inside, instead of the mainspring, you've got a contained chamber of nitrogen in this case, hence the name, and you're compressing that as you cock the gun, and then the piston's then compressing air and expelling air on firing. So that sealed chamber of nitrogen stays in place, and it's good for should be the life of the rifle. So we'll just cock this and see how it goes. It's quite a stubborn little breech, just needs a little jolt to open it up, and then thereafter that's an amazingly easy, incredibly smooth stroke, which really is quite impressive. So I shot the first versions of Benjamin's NP system and was very impressed with that, but this is sort of subtly revised again. So I'll just fire this shot. Now I must admit, compared to a traditional spring piston setup, that's an amazingly smooth action. There's plenty of manufacturers that have taken up the Theoben idea and run with it and brought out their own gas ram models, but there's an awful lot of, to be honest, a few harsh ones out there which just don't really have the advantage over a spring gun. But this is particularly smooth, and that's very impressive to shoot. As you can probably tell also, although we're indoors, the muzzle report is quite muted as well, so the full-length silencer shroud is also playing its part. So altogether, for a combination straight out the box, it's definitely one to look out for. So that's the Benjamin Trail NP2.